Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today in the series of IT 402 Part B, we are going to take the second unit, which is Electronic Spreadsheet. And we will be starting with the first chapter, that is Analyze Data Using Scenarios in GoalSeek. The first topic in this chapter is consolidating data. What is consolidation? Consolidation means combining the data from different sources. And here, as we are talking about electronic spreadsheet, we will be referring to LibreOffice Calc. So Calc provides us with this option which is called as Consolidate, which helps us in collecting the data into a single place. So let us see the practicals. So what I am doing here is I have created a format which I'll be copying in two different files because I want the same format as I want to show you consolidation. So the format should be the same, only the values will change. So I'm creating the second sheet as 2021 and the third sheet I'm leaving like this, only erasing the values from there and making all the necessary changes. Like I'm changing this to total sales of the year 2020 and 2021. So I'm leaving this blank because the result is going to come here. In the second sheet, I'm making the changes, like the year can be changed from here, and I'm even changing the values here. So let me just quickly change the values. I'm just entering the values in the first column and I'll be copying them in the adjacent cells. So once this is done, randomly you can decide what value you want, and then you have to come on the last sheet because here I have to get the result. So click on data, select data menu, and from there you have to select consolidate. So data consolidate. Click on functions to get all these available functions. Right now let's say we are just performing the sum function. Next, we have to select the consolidation range. What will be the input from where the calculations where the data is going to come from. So simply click on source data range and select the numbers which you want to add or subtract. Then click on add, come to the second sheet and select the numbers from this sheet. Only the numbers we are selecting. So you can see the range has come. Now come to the place where you want the result. So copy result to which part you want. You can select the range from there. And now you simply have to click on OK. So once you click on OK, you will see that like 350 and 100. When you click OK, the result will be coming as 450 in the first car. So once you click OK, yes. So this is how 450 is coming. So again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just selecting the same data and copying it in the second sheet. So now in the third sheet, I'm going to again apply consolidate and click on data, consolidate, and then from here, everything is already chosen. You just have to change. Suppose I'm calculating the sum. So once you click on sum, press OK, you can see 100 plus 100, 200 is coming in all the cells. Again, if I have to show you consolidate, click on count. So it is going to give me 2 in all these cells. Similarly, if I want to perform some other function like max, min, these can be used. Or let's say I'm just calculating the product, but count has been selected. So again, I have to click on data and click on consolidate. So suppose I want to calculate their product. So click on product and press OK. You will get the result for that. So this is how consolidation of data can be performed. Now next is grouping of data. Grouping of data means that you can create groups of rows and columns together. So for this, you have to select the rows first or columns as per your wish. Click on data, group and outline and select group. F12 is the shortcut for this. So you'll see that now the first two cells have become, or rows have become, a group. Similarly, if I'll do it again, So now you can see this plus and minus sign. So you can expand or collapse this group. Similarly, columns can be selected and the same procedure can be followed for that. Okay, so plus minus to open or close that group. Okay, you can ungroup this also. Control plus F12 is the shortcut, and you can remove outlines also. So ungrouping, removing of outline, these are possible. So the next important topic is subtotals. Now subtotals, as the name suggests, is going to help you in generating subtotals. So it's basically used to get the summarized data. So here we have the data in front of us. You have to click on data, subtotals, and group by. How do you want to group this? And calculate subtotals for sales, because only sales can be added here. You can use whatever function you want. When you press OK, you will see that sales executives subtotal is coming. Okay, if I'll do this again, click on subtotals, and now I'm grouping this by month, for example, and calculate the subtotals for sales. And then you press OK, you can see that month wise the data is coming, and in the last you can also see the grand sum. So this is how we can use subtotals. You can change this to sales executive, and let's say we are calculating the maximum sales. So this is how month wise, whichever is the maximum sale, that is going to be shown here. Now we will be covering the most important topic of this chapter, and in boards you will definitely be getting a question from here. Not just one, but you can expect more questions from this topic. So everything that you study now is important. What if analysis tools? What if analysis means that there are times that you are stuck with the question that what if this is going to happen? What if this is the input? What will be the output? So many a times we come across such questions, and to solve such questions we have 4 tools with us: scenarios, multiple operations, goal seek, and solver. So we will be covering them one by one. Let's talk about scenarios. Scenarios, as the name suggests, that we can create different scenarios. That what can be the input values. For example, when you're going to apply for loan, so you decide that how much amount you want, how much installment should we have. So you create different scenarios and then analyze which scenario is going to be the best for you. So similarly, scenarios can be used in many other purposes also. So here I'm taking the example of simple interest. So I'm calculating the simple interest using the formula PRT upon 100. Now if I change some values here, for example, if I'm changing the rate, okay, so the value is getting changed, simple interest. If I change the principal, the value will change. But will I be able to recall what was the previous value? So for this, we can create scenarios. Click on Tools, Scenarios, and from here you can give different scenarios, create different scenarios. Like I can name this as P is equals to 100. You can add a comment, display color if you wish, copy back option, important. You have to uncheck this option and then press OK. So this is my first scenario. Copy back, I'll tell you why that is important, because if you don't select that, then it is going to override the values here. I'm making some changes and again I'm creating another scenario. Let's say this is P is equals to 220. Copy back off, and then this becomes my second scenario. So both the scenarios have been listed with this drop down button. Now let's say I'm changing the rate here. Okay, select everything, go on Tools, Scenarios, and this becomes my third scenario. Give the name, and a color can be changed for understanding. So this is how scenarios can be created, and you can analyze that which scenario is going to give you what result. Something similar to scenarios is multiple operations. Multiple operations may we can see that the data is not replacing the same cells, rather it is creating a different range of cells. So you can see the result in a separate range of cells, and this is not present in the tools like the other what if analysis tools, but this is present in the data menu. So we can see the practicals for this also, like the same example I'm using, but here I'm using multiple operations. So you can see that tools is not having this option. You simply have to select the input and the output cells and click on data, select multiple operations, and once you select, you get the options of filling the formula. So you have to select the cell which is having the formula, and here this is a column, so you have to give the range, or sorry, the not the range but the cell which is going to replace the range of the input values. So you simply have to select that one cell which is going to replace all these input values, and now you can see that whenever I'm making some changes, you can actually see that the calculation is same or not. So 105 is the simple interest. So this way you can calculate the output for multiple input values. The next very important topic is goal seek. Goal seek is one of the useful tools of calc where you know the output and you have to predict what will be the input. This is also called as backtracking. So as you can see, all the marks are listed here and IT is missing. So I'll calculate the percentage first, and the shortcut is that you can calculate the average for all these marks. So select everything and you will see the percentage is going to come. So average is used to calculate the percentage. Go to tools, goal seek option, and then you have to just give three values. First is the formula cell where you are calculating the formula for the percentage. Target value, let's say we are setting this as 80. Variable cell is the marks that are going to be changed, which cell value is going to change. Press OK, and then it is going to give you the value like 96. So if you are happy with this result, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can again change the target. Okay, suppose I'm changing it to 90. So when I am making these changes, so you can see it is giving me the target as 156, which is not possible. Out of 100, if we are having the exam, so 156 is not possible. So this is how goal seek is done. The last topic of this unit is solver. Now solver is somewhat similar to goal seek, or you can say it is an elaborated form of goal seek. An MCQ can come here, that dash is the elaborate form of goal seek. So the answer to this question will be solver. Now, the disadvantage of goal seek is that goal seek only works with single variables. If suppose two missing values are there, three missing values are there, then goal seek will not help. Then solver comes in to help. So like in this example, suppose two subjects marks I'm not knowing. So I'll click on tools, solver, and target cell. So target cell means that which cell has the formula that has to be selected. You can give various values. Let's say I'm just selecting value of, and then 80 is my target percentage. Which cell has to be changed? You can select the range and then click on solve. So it's going to give you the answer, but 174 is an unrealistic marks. So you have to set some limiting condition, like the first one should be less than equals to 100, let's say. Second one, IT should be less than let's say again 100. So now less than equal to, so that's why social science is giving me 100 marks also. Okay, so this way you can make some changes. Okay, and then let's say I'm just making it 99. So this way you just have to experiment with the values and set whatever targets you have, and then whatever suits your requirement, you can accept those values. Okay, again, if I am changing some values, some conditions can be changed and multiple conditions can be added here. Okay, and minimum value, maximum value. So all these conditions can be added and you can see the result getting installed. So with this, we come to the end of this unit. So just a quick recap. We discussed about consolidation of data, that how data can be consolidated from multiple sources into one file. Then we saw grouping of data. Grouping, that means you can make groups of data and perform some operations on that. Subtotals, to calculate either the average, sum, all of that we saw there. Now, what if analysis tool is the most important part of this chapter. Do not skip these 3 or 4 options. Okay, please study what if analysis tools. thoroughly if you are preparing for electronic spreadsheet. So scenarios, multiple operation, goal seek and solver. A difference generally is asked about goal seek and solver, so study that well. So thank you everyone for watching. Please give your valuable comments in the comment section and let us improve. Thank you.